He dug up his grandfather's grave and saw a secret door. "Opening it," he screamed, and did this. Daniel dug up his grandfather's grave, following his late grandmother's instructions. Opening a secret door inside, he found something astonishing. You won't believe what he did next. Welcome to Amazing Truth Channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new. Now go to the story. On the day of his grandmother's funeral, Daniel, a man who had faced numerous hardships and financial struggles, stood amongst the mourners, his heart burdened with grief. His late grandmother had raised him after his parents passed away in a car crash. Daniel recalled the heartwarming memories of talking and laughing with his grandmother back when life felt simpler and joyful. However, since her passing, he felt a profound sense of loneliness and the heavier burden to bear without her as his pillar of strength. As the funeral drew too close, family and friends offered their condolences. But one person stood out from the rest, an elderly woman with striking blue eyes. The elderly woman approached Daniel and extended her hand, holding an old and dirty envelope. Speaking softly, she told Daniel that his grandmother wanted him to have it. Intrigued, Daniel took the envelope and thanked the woman. He knew that she was his grandmother's longtime friend, even though he had never seen her before. After she left, Daniel quickly opened the envelope and started reading the letter. He recognized the handwriting. It was his grandmother's. The letter read, "My dearest Daniel, if you're reading this, then I'm no longer with you. I have entrusted this letter to my dear friend Martha to deliver it to you after my passing. I want you to know that you are the light of my fire, and I've left you with wealth that I hope will change your life for the better. If you follow my instructions, this will lead you to your greatest desire." Daniel was taken aback as he read the letter. It detailed the location of his grandfather's grave and mentioned a hidden room where he would find a huge amount of money. His grandmother also urged him not to hoard the wealth if he discovered it, but instead to share it with those in need. The letter gave Daniel hope, a chance for him to live his life with a sense of purpose. After preparing for several weeks, Daniel finally went to the cemetery and stood in front of his grandfather's tombstone. He held the letter tightly and gathered the courage to start digging. The soil felt heavy and damp as he scooped it. As he continued digging, he soon noticed a strange change in the ground's texture and heard a different kind of sound. Then he discovered the hidden trapdoor under his grandfather's grave. Curious and without hesitation, Daniel opened the trapdoor. A musty smell greeted him, and a dim light shone from inside. He descended the stairs carefully and found himself in a secret room filled with history and treasure. His flashlight revealed old books and artifacts that told stories of the past, but what caught his attention the most were bags of cash that were stacked up. Daniel was shocked to the bone. He couldn't believe his grandma had left him with such a huge fortune. Tears welled in his eyes as he thought about how he could transform his life with the money. Life had been tough for Daniel. He had ventured into different businesses, but each one of them failed. In fact, there had been times when he wondered what was the point of all this. So, with these bags of cash, Daniel knew he could make all his dreams come true. But just as Daniel was thinking about the first thing to do with the money, he remembered his grandma's wish in the letter. She had asked him to share the money with those in need. Daniel was torn between keeping the treasure to himself and honoring his grandmother's wish. Many hours passed by while Daniel sat on the floor, staring at the bags of cash and wondering what to do. Before nightfall, he finally made the decision. He would honor his grandmother's wish and give the money to those in need. With determination, he gathered the valuable items and left the secret room. Daniel knew that the journey ahead would be tough, but he was determined to make a difference with the treasure he had discovered. In the following days, Daniel planned to share the treasure with those who needed it the most. He contacted local charities and explained how his donations could support their important work. With a caring and determined heart, he generously donated a significant portion of the money to them. His kind gesture had a profound impact on the community. Children who had difficulty affording education received scholarships to pursue their dreams. Homeless shelters expanded to assist more people without homes. Elderly individuals in need received improved healthcare and support, but his philanthropy didn't stop there. Daniel recognized the importance of direct community support. He dedicated the rest of his wealth to helping those struggling in his own neighborhood. From providing financial aid to families facing hardships to funding vocational training programs for unemployed youth, Daniel's efforts brought hope and relief to the lives of many. Daniel's genuine care and involvement in the community, despite his own hardships, inspired others to join in the spirit of giving. Volunteers stepped forward and businesses offered support, knowing their contributions would be put to noble use. As news of Daniel's philanthropy spread, he received letters of gratitude and admiration from people whose lives had been touched by his kindness. One letter in particular caught his attention. It was from a young woman named Maya, a compassionate woman who owned one of the charities Daniel supported. Her heartfelt words spoke of the impact his generosity had on the community. And immediately, Daniel picked an interest in this young woman. In the weeks that followed, Maya kept sending Daniel more letters, but the fear of the unknown held him from reaching out to her. You see, Daniel desired a beautiful marriage like the one his parents had. He believed that the greatest achievement in life was to love and be loved in return. However, he had never been lucky in love. He had even given up on ever finding true love. A few months later, Daniel had a dream where his grandmother urged him to go after his heart's desire, or he would be making the biggest mistake of his life. When Daniel woke up the next day, he immediately decided to visit Maya and express his gratitude for her kind words. As he knocked on her office door, he was nervous but determined to meet her. Maya's eyes sparkled with excitement when she saw Daniel standing at the door. She happily invited him into her office, and the two shared stories of their respective endeavors. As the conversation flowed, they discovered a shared passion for creating a positive impact on the world through charity. As they began to spend more time together, working side by side on various charitable projects, Daniel and Maya's connection grew stronger. They became inseparable, attending charity events, fundraisers, and community initiatives hand in hand. After some months, their friendship blossomed into something deeper, and it wasn't long before they realized they had fallen in love. One day, Daniel got down on one knee, presenting Maya with a beautiful ring. With tears of joy in their eyes, they pledged their love to each other and decided to spend their lives together. On their wedding day, family, friends, and fellow philanthropists gathered to witness Daniel and Maya's celebration of love and giving. As husband and wife, Daniel and Maya continued to dedicate themselves to the betterment of their community and beyond. They found the foundation together, pulling their resources and networks to create a powerful force for positive change. Their foundation became a beacon of hope, a safe haven for those in need, and the source of inspiration for many. As Daniel looked back on his journey, he understood that the hidden treasure was a divine gift. He was glad that he had followed his grandmother's advice to donate a huge part of his wealth. Daniel knew that if he had kept the wealth to himself, he would never have found purpose in life. Moreover, he would never have found Maya, a good woman who would certainly lay down her life for him. What a beautiful story. What do you think about Daniel's decision to use most of his money to better the lives of others? What would you do if you found yourself in Daniel's shoes? If you like the story, surely the next video that's appearing on your screen will move you too. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any of our next videos. And see you in the next story.